My name is Grace Wilson. On my wedding day, my fiancé Ethan vanished only to post my cousin Sophia's baby bump on his social media feed with the caption, "Mine." As I stood alone facing the ruined ceremony, I became the city's biggest laughingstock. Relatives kept approaching the altar with mock congratulations. "How generous of you to lend your husband out for childbearing. Grace. Maybe you'll loan him to me next for my second baby." One aunt sneered. Another chimed in. "My daughter's desperate for a child too, when will Ethan be available?" I calmly liked Ethan's post and replied publicly, "Since you've got a baby on the way, I'll just find a new father for mine." Unbeknownst to everyone, my phone had been projecting our wedding photo slideshow on the giant screen behind me, including my scathing comment now displayed for all to see. The crowd erupted in laughter, loudest of all from my own mother. "My daughter's been sleeping around since college and can't even conceive," Mom announced gleefully. "Who's she fooling with this pregnancy act? Wait till everyone finds out she's barren." Dad nodded along. "Ethan's doing the decent thing. Sophia's a master's graduate with good genes. Our daughter's just a community college dropout. She should be grateful any man would marry her." I'd always known they preferred their perfect niece Sophia, who'd lived with us since high school. But this public humiliation crossed new lines. As Mom forced the wedding ring onto my finger, she barked at the officiant, "Skip the vows, she'll say yes anyway." Exactly like she'd steamrolled my childhood decisions. Sophia's text arrived then, "Don't be mad, Grace. I asked Ethan to accompany me. You know I'm child-free but want a baby before 35. Rather than some sperm bank stranger. Isn't family better? We're rushing back now." I laughed coldly, ripping off the ring. My voluminous wedding dress tripped me until I grabbed floral shears, snip snip, transforming it into a scandalous mini skirt. I was halfway to the exit when Ethan materialized, grabbing my wrist. "Enough dramatics," he spat. "We did IVF for Sophia. Stop embarrassing yourself with fake pregnancy claims." Typical community college dropout logic. Sophia shuffled over with ultrasound printouts, eyes downcast. "We told the family but they thought you wouldn't understand the medical process." The crowd snickered at repeated jabs about my education. Even my parents joined in. "Who needs college to spread legs? Right? At least our Sophia's making legitimate babies." I slapped Ethan so hard his head snapped sideways. With a decisive snip, I severed the tie I'd gifted him and hailed a cab. Texting my pregnant best friend, "Send your ultrasound scan now, no questions." Within minutes, I'd posted the blurred medical image publicly, seeking father candidate for this bun in the oven. Apply within. Then silenced all family notifications. Returning to the apartment Ethan and I shared, I found every inch occupied by his precious guitar collection, not one photo of us. The answering machine blinked with 27 messages. I pressed play as I began packing. Mom's shriek filled the room, "Delete that post immediately. You're making Sophia look like a homewrecker." Ethan's voice followed, "You'll apologize to Sophia at brunch tomorrow or—" I unplugged the machine mid-threat. The last thing I heard before slamming the door was Sophia's saccharine coo, "Don't worry, Auntie. I'll name the baby after you." The desk still held the sheet music Ethan had stayed up writing days before our wedding. Back then, he told me it was for our ceremony. Now clutching those lyrics filled with adoration for Sophia and longing for their future child, I realized how repulsive this man sharing my bed truly was. I deleted all his digital files and burned the printed manuscripts. The piano, guitars, and computer I'd funded went up on resale platforms at bargain prices. His dollar store perfume, secondhand skincare products, and Sophia's cast-off purse I shredded before scattering the remains across our bed. Every trace of myself got packed, sold, or smashed beyond recognition. Exhausted, I collapsed in my home office scrolling through family group chats. The social media fallout unfolded exactly as expected. "Mom, delete this. Have some shame. Dad, who'd want damaged goods like you? Delusional. Sophia, pregnancy's a blessing, sis. Don't be rash, Ethan will step up." Ethan's reply notification popped up as Alex's message stopped my scrolling cold. Would I qualify? My breath caught. "Alex, Ethan's uncle by adoption, the self-made tech mogul to Ethan's mediocre SoundCloud musician. Fresh out of community college, I'd literally thrown myself in front of Alex's car to land my first internship. Against protocol, he promoted me to project manager within a year. At the holiday gala, champagne-loosened lips confessed his attraction I'd dismissed as drunken rambling. When I left to start my influencer agency, his parting gift was a $1 million brand partnership. Our last contact had been his warning when I signed Ethan, "This won't end well." Now Ethan stormed into our trash department, eyes locking on my phone displaying Alex's contact saved as golden goose. "You've been whoring around." He snatched the device. "Abort it. My offspring deserve superior genetics. Not some bastard you bred with your sugar daddy." Sophia waltzed in on cue. "Really, sis? Cheating while married? Even for you." The slap echoed before I registered moving. Everyone conveniently forgot how my parents sacrificed my education to protect Sophia's college admission after her sponsor scandal. How they'd rewritten history at her graduation party, painting me as the kept woman while she played scholar. "This isn't your squatting ground anymore." I tossed Ethan's keys. "Landlord's showing the unit in 20. His face purpled. "You can't. The villa Sophia's been illegally occupying? Police are emptying it as we speak." The doorbell rang. 3 realtors and 12 prospective tenants crowded the hallway, phones recording our meltdown for tomorrow's viral content. I grabbed my suitcase and quickly left under Ethan's bewildered gaze. When we first got together, he'd always been superior to me in every way. Back then, I genuinely believed I had nothing to offer except my company. I used to imagine how devastated I'd be if we broke up. Yet now, walking through these familiar places after our actual separation, I found myself surprisingly tear-free, just mildly annoyed. After settling my things, I discussed transferring Ethan's management contract with company agents, removing myself as his direct handler. I scrubbed all traces of him from my social media, deleting couple photos, swapping our matching avatars for a prosperity-themed lucky cat. The wedding announcement deletion left my feed startlingly bare, only preserving that first business deal group photo with Alex. Studying the image closely for the first time, I noticed Alex's gaze had been fixed on me throughout the shot. Compulsively scrolling through our chat history, I saw how he'd gradually adopted my meme stash. His schedule, checking messages carried formal professionalism. But under my wedding date post, his comment glowed, "Be happy." Impulsively, I texted, "You're not secretly into me, are you?" His instant reply of "yeah" sent my thoughts spiraling before our PR director interrupted, "Grace, you're trending." Sophia and Ethan posted exposé videos. Both clips showed my parents and Sophia fabricating childhood narratives, 80% of those misdeeds actually hers, now artfully recast as my crimes through her silver-tongued narration. My mother tearfully claimed, when she couldn't conceive, she used our parental debt to force Sophia into surrogate motherhood with Ethan. Now she's abandoned them for some sugar daddy. My father theatrically slapped himself, lamenting, "How did we raise such disgrace?" Sophia maintained her polished intellectual facade, gold-rimmed glasses magnifying red-rimmed eyes as she trembled. "I've endured this for years. But falsely being branded their homewrecker? I'm taking legal action." Ethan's video doubled down, alleging I'd sexually coerced him and was now forcing him to parent another's child. The libelous claims went viral instantly. My socials flooded with vitriol. While fielding crisis management calls, I coldly instructed, "Book endorsement deals for both traders immediately. Let's monetize this drama." After hour-long legal consultations, exhaustion hit. Preparing for bed, I finally noticed Alex's unread message, "Outside your door." The entryway revealed him pulling me into an embrace, his cedarwood cologne enveloping us as his heartbeat quickened against my ear. "I thought something happened to you." Alex had been terrified when I didn't respond to messages for an hour. As our eyes met, he suddenly smiled. Was my crush really that unnoticeable? I nodded. He shook his head ruefully. "I thought it was obvious. I assumed you hated me, just seeing me as some boring boss." "No. I immediately protested, raising my voice. I don't hate you. I just never imagined you'd like me. You're so accomplished and self-assured. It's only natural I'd develop feelings. Time proved my judgment right. His compliments carried terrifying sincerity. While acknowledging my achievements, he took my hand, confessing he envied my unshakable self-confidence. Grace? He asked, eyes glistening with vulnerable insecurity that shocked me. Would you consider me? Seeing this remarkable man tremble with self-doubt made me realize true love means wholeheartedly admiring someone while feeling unworthy. Suddenly I understood I wasn't the inferior genes others claimed. To Alex, I'd been someone worthy of 5 years' secret devotion. When he kept seeking reassurance, I pulled him into an embrace. The kiss he pressed to my cheek wasn't passionate, but profoundly sincere. All right. Future baby daddy. Though there's no baby yet. No baby? His disappointed expression suggested he'd genuinely prepared for fatherhood. I shook my head. Since our relationship began, Ethan and I could count our intimate moments on one hand. After Sophia's arrival, he'd actively avoided me. Between work demands and his apparent fear of my inferior genes tainting his noble lineage, the matter faded until now. He's inadequate. I shrugged. Alex nodded solemnly. You've endured so much. His arms settled around my shoulders as we sat quietly reviewing contracts. Meanwhile, drunk on newfound fame, Ethan called demanding, you have 3 days to kneel before Sophia and me with proper apologies. Buy us 2 luxury properties, deeds in our names. Oh. And my family expects you at Sunday's reunion. I've already told them we're marrying. Uncle Alex even sent congratulations money. Make me look good. The mentioned uncle currently peeled oranges beside me. Our eyes met, his shoulders shaking with suppressed laughter. When I remained silent, Ethan escalated by leaking edited chat logs. Then threatened, still want to fight? Your pathetic company only succeeded by luck. I'll destroy you effortlessly. Address sent, miss this and I'll release career-ending evidence. He'd timed this perfectly. I was signing prenups with Alex that shockingly stipulated 99% of assets would go to me if I initiated divorce. What kind of lawyer wrote this? It's completely against your interests. The attorney coughed awkwardly. Mr. More specific instructions. After multiple urgings, I signed. Now legally bound. I smiled at Ethan's message. What career-ending evidence? He snapped, curious? Show up with those property deeds. Looks like I'll attend that family dinner after all. I mused, tracing my wedding band. Alex's arm tightened around me. Just in a different capacity. Before the family dinner, Ethan and Sophia had been landing one endorsement deal after another, practically reimbursing all the advertising money spent on them over the years. Yet Ethan seemed convinced I was still chasing after him, interpreting the flood of opportunities as desperate bids for his attention. He grew bold enough to make demands. I want to see you tonight. Stay at my villa. Clean the place up. He texted. The message arrived just as Alex and I had finished our, intense workout. Still glistening with sweat, I glanced at his words and typed back. Bed's occupied. He laughed. Who else would want you? Quit playing hard to get. I'm already here, let's see who's in that bed. He punched in the passcode I'd never bothered to change and barged into the bedroom. There I was, lounging in Alex's arms in my silk pajamas, scrolling through my phone. I looked up casually. Hey there, nephew. You. Ethan had always been intimidated by his uncle, despite their mere 5-year age gap. Alex's icy demeanor and reputation for ruthlessness didn't help. Now, a single glare from him silenced Ethan mid-rant. Got something to say? Alex drawled, not bothering to sit up. Or did your parents forget to teach you basic manners? Ethan stammered. You, uncle. Before turning to me, his face flushing crimson. It took him a full minute to choke out. Auntie. I bit my lip to keep from laughing. We didn't prepare snacks for late visitors. Grab dinner on your way out. Would you? He opened his mouth to argue but thought better of it. I need to talk to you. Alone. Can't. I yawned dramatically. Exhausted from earlier. Time for bed. He took a step forward. But Alex's warning look froze him in place. Muttering curses. He stormed out. Right on schedule. My parents called. Mom's screech blasted through the speaker, "You shameless hussy. Sleeping with that old man, you're disgusting." Old man? I eyed Alex lifting weights shirtless nearby. 5 years older, hardly qualified as ancient. "That bastard's child in your belly, abort it." She ranted. "Apologize to Ethan and come home." The old man in question dropped his dumbbell. Staring at me in disbelief. He'd heard stories about my family. But witnessing this circus firsthand clearly shocked him. Mom mistook my silence for guilt. "Homewreckers get beaten. You know. Hand your company to Sophia, she'll manage it properly. Family should stick together." There it was. Sophia's giggles in the background confirmed it. They wanted my empire too. My sister had always resented my success, blaming bad luck for her own failures. When I'd started my business, she'd warned our parents against investing. Now that it's thriving, suddenly we're family. Auntie Clark. I cut in sweetly. "If you want to fund Sophia's venture, save up yourself. Stop buying what strangers built." "Auntie? I'm your mother. Real mothers don't call their daughters whores or steal for their nieces." I checked the time. Bedtime. Don't call again. After hanging up, I texted my legal team to reassess all properties under my name, including my parents' luxury penthouse. Last I checked, Ethan and Sophia were squatting their rent free. Let's see how long that lasts. If even this penthouse is gone, I want to see what else they can come up with. Meanwhile, Ethan and Sophia had just wrapped up their last valuable advertising collaboration. Their popularity was visibly declining. The next morning, I went straight to the office. "Bring me Ethan and Sophia's contracts. Have their assigned agents join the meeting immediately." Both had renewed their contracts with me simultaneously during the second year. And now there was only 1 month left before expiration. After meticulously reviewing all clauses with corporate lawyers, I immediately created a new social media account to debunk all the rumors they'd been spreading. I systematically uploaded evidence of my parents' lifelong favoritism toward my sister since childhood. Police station receipts documenting Sophia's underage mischief were exposed, along with proof that her graduate thesis had been ghostwritten, transactions my mother forced me to facilitate, complete with preserved chat records asking about the reasons. Our copywriting team worked overnight drafting an official statement, which I personally recorded as a video. The company diverted all promotional budgets for the week into boosting this video, which skyrocketed to over 3 million likes overnight. This finally pushed Ethan and Sophia into panic mode. They attempted live stream rebuttals but forgot corporate accounts have administrative notes and password recovery protocols. I had their accounts permanently deleted. Desperate, Ethan showed up at my residence. The new security codes kept him locked out. After multiple failed attempts triggered the alarm system, he started pounding on the door. "Come out. Grace. Did you really think burning bridges like this would make me stay? You actually believe my uncle would stick around? That playboy's probably impotent at his age, he's just using you until..." The door swung open mid-rant. The allegedly impotent uncle, Alex, landed a solid punch. I stepped forward holding our marriage certificate. "Just playing around? Huh? Uncle. How could you marry her? She's my girlfriend." "Ex-girlfriend," I corrected. "The moment you agreed to that IVF scheme with my sister, we were done." Realizing this wasn't another trivial lover's quarrel, Ethan collapsed to his knees clutching my trousers. "Grace. This got out of hand. I only helped Sophia because she's your sister. Everything I did was for you." "For my sister?" I sneered. "Then unlock your phone's private gallery. Let's admire her lace collection together." He recoiled as if electrocuted. Complexion draining. What he didn't know, Sophia had already forwarded me daily snapshots from that gallery since the wedding day. "You two deserve each other, a cheater and a homewrecker." My exposure shattered Ethan's facade. He sprang up snarling. "At least Sophia's hotter." More passionate. You just lie there like deadwood, no man could stay interested. Before I could respond, Alex drawled. Ever consider the problem might be your performance? The final blow made Ethan snap. Uncle. I've held back out of respect. But since we're here, you're just using Grace as your precious Emily's replacement. That college girl who rejected your old us 5 years ago? Meanwhile, Ethan and Sophia's final lucrative endorsement deal concluded. Their social relevance plummeted by the hour. At dawn, I marched into corporate headquarters. Retrieve Ethan and Sophia's contracts. Summon their agents to conference room B immediately. Both had renewed their agreements with me concurrently in their second year, now approaching termination within 30 days. After cross-examining every contractual clause with legal counsel, I launched a dedicated account to systematically dismantle their smear campaign. Childhood report cards. Parental text messages favoring my sister. Even elementary school art projects, every artifact of systemic favoritism was uploaded. I also posted the police station receipt from when Sophia Clark was sent there as a teenager for causing trouble. Even her graduate thesis was ghostwritten. My mother forced me to transfer money to Sophia. I specifically asked why at the time and kept all the chat records. Everything went up on the accounts. Additionally, I had our company's copywriters work overnight on a statement, which I filmed myself delivering. We poured the entire week's marketing budget into promoting that video, which broke 3 million likes overnight. This finally pushed Ethan Taylor and Sophia Clark over the edge. They tried going live to refute the claims but forgot their accounts were company registered. I had our team deactivate their profiles immediately. This drove Ethan to storm my apartment. I'd changed the passcode. After multiple failed attempts triggered the security alarm. He started pounding on the door. Open up. Grace. You think burning all these bridges means my uncle will stay with you? He's just playing games with some middle-aged playboy who can't commit. The door swung open to reveal said middle-aged playboy punching him square in the jaw. I waved my marriage certificate with Alex Moore in Ethan's face. Just playing games? Uncle. How could you marry her? She's my girlfriend. Ex-girlfriend. I corrected. The moment you went through with that IVF procedure, we were done. The reality of this being no trivial lover's quarrel finally hit Ethan. He collapsed to his knees, clutching my pants. Grace. This wasn't supposed to happen. I was just helping Sophia because she's your sister. My sister? I sneered. Then unlock your phone's private gallery. Let's see those laced lingerie shots of dear sis. He recoiled like I'd struck him. Little did he know Sophia had already leaked every compromising photo to me since the wedding, daily updates of their escapades. You two deserve each other, a perfect match of trash and tramp. My verbal grenade shattered Ethan's last shreds of dignity. He sprang up snarling. At least Sophia's better in bed. You just lie there like deadwood. Alex cut him off coldly. Ever consider the problem might be you? Purple-faced. Ethan spat. I held back before out of respect. Uncle. But since we're airing truths, you're just using Grace as replacement for that woman who rejected you 5 years ago. The Moore family gasped collectively. His parents and grandparents stared at me. Whose child? Remembering my social media posts. Ethan brightened. Ours? I smiled icily. You wanted it aborted. Remember? Consider your precious gene pool protected. Aborted? The elder Moores shot up. How could you keep this from us? That was a human life. I played audio recordings of Ethan's cruel rants and exposed the premarital IVF scheme. For image-obsessed families like the Taylors and Moores, this nuclear truth bomb left Ethan utterly defenseless. His parents demanded Sophia terminate the pregnancy, refusing to accept some questionable heir. As he groveled, my phone buzzed with alerts. My own parents were camped outside my penthouse, waiting for their reckoning. Alexander looked at me and said, "Do you want to stay at my place for a while?" "No. Let's go back. I can't avoid going home forever. As long as Sophia remained incarcerated, those two would keep causing trouble. I wasn't in the mood to deal with it." When we reached home, Mrs. Wilson charged at me like a madwoman, yanking me out of the car. You bitch. What did you gain by sending your own sister to jail? Now that you've hooked up with some rich guy, you think you're something? How dare you scheme against your sister? Come with me to the police station right now and get her released. I shook off her grip. Mr. Wilson. Mrs. Clark. Sophia's case is solid. The defamation and cyberbullying charges meet all prosecution standards. There's nothing I can do. My so-called parents grew even more furious. What did you call us? Have you lost your mind? I should have done this years ago. I'd rather have no parents than endure this abuse. If you care so much, spend your money on lawyers instead of harassing me. Leave now or I'm calling the police. They refused to believe me, causing a scene and even trying to hit me. Only when officers physically intervened did they realize I was serious. You ungrateful wretch. You'd really send your own parents to jail? That's right. Mr. Wilson. Mrs. Clark. I did warn you. During premarital checkups with Alex, I'd discovered the truth: these people weren't my biological parents. Their real child was Sophia. My aunt's family had been better off when we were born an hour apart at the same hospital. Mrs. Wilson had switched us when my aunt wasn't looking. After my aunt's death, they'd let the secret die with her. I might never have known if I hadn't encountered the nurse who helped with the switch at the hospital. After the police took them away, Alex and I finally had peace. 2 weeks later, Sophia received a 3-year sentence with 1-year probation due to pregnancy. Ethan got 4 years without parole, his family offering no support. Soon after his incarceration, Sophia terminated her pregnancy. One evening after work, our home security system alerted me. There was Sophia on my screen, sobbing. She tried to bury herself in Alex's chest, begging Uncle Moore to help avoid jail time. I understood her game. She thought all men were the same. That none could resist her charms, especially since she believed herself more desirable than me. I watched calmly, making no assumptions about how Alex would react. Human nature is unpredictable. But Alex, scrolling on his phone, shoved her away. Don't call me uncle. I'm only 5 years older. That's insulting. Ever adaptable. Sophia smiled coyly. Then I'll call you big brother. Shut it. Our security cameras are recording. My wife's probably watching. She hits hard. Want to test that? She pretended to faint into his arms. Alex laughed coldly. In all my years in business, I've never seen such an obvious play. Sophia, leave now or security will remove you. Big brother, I can give you everything Grace does. Why won't you look at me? What does she have that I don't? I just want a child. Last time, because of Grace, I lost my baby. As her husband, shouldn't you compensate me? Alex's frown deepened. Then he actually gagged looking at her. You're disgusting. Compensate you with a child? Don't make me vomit. He started dialing 911 in front of her. Still on probation. Sophia panicked. She left in a huff. Minutes later she texted me a photo of herself collapsed against Alex. I replied, even a nuisance like you gets rejected. How pathetic. As she typed a response, I blocked her. Then, I notified the bank to cancel all supplementary cards I'd given my parents and changed my phone number. On my wedding day with Alexander Moore, the Taylor family spared no effort to honor me, an extravagant yet meticulously planned ceremony where Alex rented an entire private island. The Taylors publicly announced my new position as shareholder of their family enterprises, marking their full acceptance of me. Our married life flourished. For the first time, I experienced what it meant to be truly cherished. Even my sneezes earned affectionate admiration. 3 years into our marriage, we welcomed a baby who inherited Alex's looks and my personality. During Ethan's parole hearing, our toddler promptly urinated on him mid-proceedings. Ethan had lost his former edge. Rumor had it he'd reunited with Sophia, though their relationship devolved into constant bickering. When Sophia demanded to attend a Taylor family gathering and got rejected, their breakup drama ensued. At the funeral later, Ethan's gaze lingered on me holding our child, a flicker of longing in his eyes I'd never seen before. Classic case of wanting what he couldn't have. I turned away without acknowledgement. Joining Alex for fireworks. Ethan jumped to his death that night. We later learned Sophia had gaslit him throughout his severe depression, dismissing his condition as attention-seeking in this overdiagnosed generation. At the funeral, my birth parents tried approaching me. Security intercepted them. My life no longer requires such distractions. I'll stride forward with unshakable confidence. Flanked by Alex and our child. The Wilsons, Moores, and Taylors, let them sort their own chaos.